Hello everyone, I am Lakshmi Desai and I am from Civil Branch. So today I am here to explain about the process modifications in the activated sludge process. There are 6 types of process modifications in activated sludge processes. So I'll name them first. They are conventional, tapered aeration, continuous flow, stirred tank, step aeration, modified aeration and contact stabilization, out of which I'll be explaining 3 of them. The activated sludge process is very flexible process which can be used to treat any biological waste which is produced. Hence activated sludge process is widely used. So coming back to my topic, that is, following are the modifications of activated sludge process treatment plant. So let's begin with the first one, that is conventional. The conventional activated sludge process consists of an aeration tank, a secondary clarifier, and the sludge recycle line. Both influent as well as the recycled sludge enter the tank at the head end and are aerated for a period of 6 hours. The influent and recycled sludge are mixed by the action of diffusers or mechanical aerators, which is constant as the mixed liquor moves down the tank. During this period, adsorption, flocculation and oxidation of the organic matter takes place. Mixed liquor is settled in the activated sludge settling tank and sludge is returned at the rate of approximately 25 to 50% of the influent flow rate. So this is all about the conventional process. So second is tapered aeration. The objective of tapered aeration is to match the quantity of air supplied to the demand which is exerted by the microorganisms. As the liquor traverses the aeration tank, tapered aeration affects only the arrangement of the diffusers in the aeration tank and the amount of air consumed. At the inlet of the aeration tank, where fresh settled wastewater and returned activated sludge first come in contact, the O2 demand is very high at that point of time. The diffusers are spaced close together to achieve a high oxygenation rate and thus satisfy the demand. As the mixed liquor traverses the aeration tank, synthesis of new cell occurs, increasing the number of microorganisms and decreasing the concentration of available food. Thus results in lower food to the microorganisms ratio and lowering of the O2 demand. The spacing of the diffusers is thus increased towards the tank outlet to reduce the oxygenation rate. Two beneficial results are obtained. Reduced oxygenation means that less air is required and reducing the size of the blowers and the initial and operating costs. Avoidance of over aeration will be inhibit the growth of nitrifying organisms, which can cause high oxygen demand. So this is about the tapered aeration. The third process is continuous flow stirred tank. The continuous flow stirred tank process represents an attempt to duplicate the hydraulic regime of an ideal continuous flow stirred tank reactor. The influent settled wastewater and return sludge flow are introduced at several points in the aeration tank. The mixed liquor is aerated as it passes through the tank. The aeration tank effluent is collected and settled in the activated sludge settling tank. The organic load on the aeration tank and the O2 demand are uniform from one end to the other. As the mixed liquor passes across the aeration tank, from the influent ports to the effluent channel. It is completely mixed by diffused or mechanical aeration. So this was about the process modification in activated sludge process. Thank you.